still going down the rabbit hole of recent exploration of peripherals that I've discovered that you should buy and use. Like we talked about DDR in 2026 and what you need. We talked about taiko drums and those games in 2026. And now we get to the big granddaddy of them all, Guitar Hero and Clone Hero. Youngins are confused at this point, so I'll explain for the younger audience as to what I'm talking about here. Back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, a game called Guitar Hero came out that had a full-on plastic guitar with it, and it was an awesome rhythm game. Then sequels upon sequels came out on different systems, and now we have the modern day Clone Hero, which has surpassed it. So in 2026, how do you play older Guitar Hero, modern Clone Hero, and everything? And what do you need to do on Windows, Linux, and Android to do that? Let's get into it. The first thing you need is a guitar. And this can get very, very complicated very, very quickly because there are so many different guitars from back then, Xbox 360, PS2, all of that. And then there is the new CRKD guitar. Today's video is going to be all about this because this is the easiest one to buy. It is available, anybody can buy it. The other options, you have to go through Facebook Marketplace, you have to get dongles, it's a whole big mess. This works on everything. It's awesome made CRKD guitar, and it also has 2.4 gigahertz support, which is really cool for wireless. But everything works here. You have the whammy, that works. You have the strum, you have your actual buttons. All of it works. You even have extra buttons if you need them. It's the best. So today's video is going to be all about the CRKD guitar. You can use other guitars if you can figure that out, but for ease of use and everything, we're going to use this one. We are going to be in mode 8 on the dial and in PC mode with the Switch for everything today. I have never had to change this for any platform or whatever. It just works. One quick thing, I can't help you with finding the games or anything like that. As far as setting up the emulators ahead of time, I have guides for all of them. So you can have everything set up and then add in the guitars after. So just check the description for all of that if you need it. But I'm going to go off of the assumption today that you have the emulator and games already. You just need to know how to use the guitar. Let's start with PlayStation 2 on PC. Head to Settings, Controllers, New Profile at the bottom, and then call it Guitar Hero. Yes to any pop-ups, then go to Controller Port 1. And you want to select Guitar. Go ahead and map the colors to the colors. Strum up and strum down. Select is the little box on the guitar, and then Start is the button that's next to the mode dial. Whammy bar, just push down, and leave Tilt empty. Next, head to Macros, and then for Macro 1, select the whammy bar. Enable Press to Toggle, push the long bar to map it, and then push the whammy bar so that it maps. Then set Dead Zone to 5%. Then Macro 2, select Tilt Up. Push the long bar and move your guitar from horizontal to vertical to tilt it. Should register just like mine on screen. Then set Dead Zone to 70%. So you might be wondering why we're doing this. There's a few different reasons. Number one, the whammy bar gets a little bit weird in some of the Guitar Hero games, so we have to set up a macro for it to be perfect in all games. That's one of the reasons. The second reason is tilt. For those that don't know, to enable star power inside of Guitar Hero games, you have to tilt it up like this. Or you push select, which is this button right here. The problem is it's a little wonky. So we're using a macro to fix that so that it's easier to detect when we go like this to start the star power. That's why we're doing both of those things. This took me a while to figure out because it was kind of broken. But hey, now you have all of the resources that I took time to figure out and now they work. Go ahead and close out and then find any Guitar Hero game that you have in PCSX2, right-click, Properties, Impro Profiles, and then select the Guitar Hero profile that we created. That's it. Enjoy. Next up is Android, and unfortunately Strum is not registered and does not work in NetherSX2. So it isn't something that we can actually use on Android right now. Maybe in the future as PS2 emulation on Android develops further, but not right now. However, we can play Clone Hero, which we'll talk about later. Next up is Wii with Dolphin on PC. Open Dolphin, go to Controllers, Emulated Wii Remote Configure, and look for the guitar in the dropdown. Should be X input guitar number 1, something like that. Then under Extension, choose Guitar and then Configure Extension. For stick, we use the little stick that's in the top left of the guitar, and you go up, down, left, and right. Up was the top part that faces where my head is. Then you map strum up and strum down, then go ahead and map the frets. Then we get to buttons. For start, and you want to use the gold circle next to the mode dial, and for select it is the gray box. Now the whammy didn't auto-detect for me. You might have the same problem. So just right click, find right X plus, and double click it, and then click OK. Unfortunately, I could not get tilt to work. You can register it under motion simulation, tilt and then forward, but doesn't seem to work in game. So for now, you're gonna have to use select for star power in Wii games. Go ahead to the top right and then type in Guitar Hero and then click save so that it saves our profile. Then for any Guitar Hero Wii games, right click in the list, Properties, Game Config, and then Editor on the bottom. And you want to type in brackets, controls, bracket, and then under that, Wiimote Profile 1 equal Guitar Hero. This tells the game to use our profile for the guitar so it doesn't interfere with any of our other games or control schemes. That's it. Go and enjoy the game. On Android, go to Settings, Wii Input, Settings Cog, Profiles, New Profile Save Icon, and then name it Guitar Hero. Change device to Red Octane Guitar Hero Explorer, which is what shows up for me using 2.4 GHz on Android. Head to Extension, then change it to Guitar, and then Settings Cog on the right. Map all of your frets, then the strums, and then for select, use the gray box, and then for start, use the dial next to the mode dial. Then the stick on the CRKD, whammy bar, just push down, back out, profiles, click save icon next to Guitar Hero, and then overwrite to save. Find the game in the list, push and hold, edit game settings, Wii input, settings cog, profile, and select Guitar Hero. Enjoy playing. Last for today is Clone Hero, and guess what? Clone Hero just works on all platforms. Plug in the guitar, open Clone Hero, push start, and it works. Except for one weird thing on Android, at least with my AYN Thor. Even if you disable the controller, pushing start on the CRKD opens 2 profiles for some reason. So just with your device, not the guitar, whatever other device you're using, go down to dropout so only one profile is active, which would be the guitar. Then just enjoy playing. While Clone Hero has some basic included songs, there is a massive repository of songs in a spreadsheet, so you can add whatever you want to play on Clone Hero. There is so much, you could literally play forever and not run out of songs to play. There is supposed to be a way to change the location of this in settings, general, map, song paths, but add folder wasn't working and didn't do anything. So unfortunately, all of the songs that you're going to add are going to be on your internal storage of your Android device. That's kind of it. That's really it. That's all I got for you today. It was super simple. Everything just works, especially with these guitars, and you don't really have to think about it. Again, I highly suggest the CRKD. It is just so easy to use. It has the 2.4 gigahertz, which you want. They're not expensive. It's $115 US. Like, you can get a lot out of this. So I highly suggest this if that's what you're going to be doing. And I would probably suggest that you use Clone Hero. Unless you care about retro achievements like I do, Clone Hero has all of the older Guitar Hero songs and set lists, so you can do all of them inside of it, and it has all the other songs. So you don't really miss anything out by using Clone Hero only. It's only if you want to do retro achievements or really, really explore and experience what the older games used to be like. But yeah, that's it. Play some Guitar Hero in 2026. It's awesome. Don't forget to like and sub to help the channel grow. Come join me on the Discord to talk all about retro gaming, and hope you all have a good one.